they won't let me out. What's up, guys? Nick here from Autoworkz. We got Corey over there going into some toolbox shit. We got Brandon, the camera guy. Mondo has conveniently disappeared. Oh, he's outside playing with his Jeep like a fool, we'll say. We fix bicycles here, motorcycles. Today we're working on a 14 Elantra. We're going to be doing front brakes. We're going to have an AC video for you later on. I actually redid the whole front end of this car last year because my wonderful girlfriend decided to crash it. So this is all brand new. However, I didn't realize when I went to go put AC in that there's a broken line. We'll get to that later. We're also going to do an oil change. But let me just run you through a quick tool list. So, funnels for the brake or for the oil change, obviously. We got rotors, pads, oil, filter, an impact socket set. We have a crowbar just in case. We have a 1/2 inch long ratchet for leverage on the bracket bolts, a 3/8 ratchet set, a hammer just in case, you never know, and that might come in handy. An impact gun, which we probably won't use, but just in case if we need it. We have a brake service kit, and we have an impact driver. At first glance, that may look like a lot of shit. However, it's not that scary, I promise. As you can see, I've already taken the tire off. If you can't figure out how to do that, you should not be doing brakes. So,
very good advice.
It is good advice. Oh, it is. All right. So we got 2 bolts here, one on the top, one on the bottom. These we're going to crack. Those will come out. Okay, that'll come out. Now, set those to the side. In theory, this should come off, so let's see if in fact it does, which this is why I brought the crowbar out. Alright, so, we needed to get this in there because it didn't want to come loose for some reason. It is now loose. Usually you're going to want to tie that up or bungee cord that or something. I'm just going to slide these out. For now, if they want to come out, they may not. Now, on the back, there's 2 more bolts holding the bracket. Rolling? Go ahead. Alright, now, we got 1 bolt here, 1 bolt there, so let's see if we can get that loose. That one's cracked. Top one will do the same. Get that one cracked. Now, these are both loose. Got washers on them, so make sure when you go to put it back you don't lose the washer. That could potentially lead to some annoyances later on you don't need. So now that all comes out. Alright, now we're going to crack that. Comes loose. I'm going to take that out. Give a nice little whack to the rotor. Get that loose. This will come off. Alright, now we're going to spray this, clean it up with a little rag. These come with film on them. So you always want to spray these up and wipe them down. Okay, that's done. Now we're going to grease the caliper pins. These are the caliper pins. Now always remember which comes out of where. This particular one, I don't think they really make a difference, but we're just going to set that down like that so we know. Copper goes here. Silver goes here. Now this car is still relatively new, so as you can see there's still a lot of grease on these. Not that you need to do this. I'm going to do this just for the purpose of the video, because some of your cars may not look like this. So you're going to grease it up with your lube, right? So when you go to do this again, you don't have any problems. I'm just going to stick that right back in there. Then you're going to lube this one up a little bit. You don't have to go too crazy with that. Just enough. Okay? Then that one's going to go back inside. Just place that back on there nicely. Put this back on. Jesus.
Alright, go ahead.
Now, as I said before, these mean really absolutely nothing to the well-being of the car. I'm going to put them on there just because. Just because it's the right thing to do if they're on there. If you go to take this apart and they're not on there for some reason, don't freak out. It's not the end of the world. That's okay. Just make those nice and tight on there. Yeah. Alright, so now we're going to put the bracket back on. We're just going to get this started by hand for the moment. If I can line this up at all, that would be good. Get that going. Let's get that started. We'll do the second one. Get that one started. Make those nice and tight, hand tight, before you do anything else. Now you're going to use your 17mm socket with the ratchet or breaker bar, or really whatever you fancy. You can really use an impact gun if you really want to. Most of you are probably not going to have that, otherwise you'll not be looking at this video. So now, when you get to the end of this, you just want to go get it nice and snug and then just give it a little extra push, just like that. You never want to go over tight on these because then it's a pain in the ass to take them off. Then you probably will need an impact gun to take them off, which some of you may not have. Now we're going to make this one nice and tight. Now this one is tight. Now it's tight. You're going to give it a little extra push, just like that, and your bracket's back on. Okay, now we're going to put these back in the bracket. This is the one for the back, so just note that anytime you're putting these on, the one with the little thing on the end always goes in the back. These, depending on what brake set you get, they're going to come with them. I don't like to change these because for whatever reason when you do, they never fit quite good, or well, shall I say. So if they're not broken, I generally leave them alone. So now that's in. Alright, now we're going to compress the piston. We're going to put the old brake pad back in. This is called a caliper spreader. You can really use whatever you want to do this. C-clamp, whatever. So we're going to put that back in there. And then with this, we're just going to, nice and easy, go all the way around until we can't go anymore. Now, if you do not do this and try to put it back on, it will not fit. Now we're just going to go back, loosen this. And now this is fully compressed. Just careful with the hose so you don't break that. This should and will slide right over with a little bit of playing. Okay. Now we're going to put this inside. You're going to bolt that up. Get it nice by hand. Down on the bottom, same deal. By hand. Till it's nice and tight by hand. Now you're going to use a 14mm that you used earlier to make it nice and tight. Now with this, that's it. These are never going to be over tightened. If you try to make them too tight, they will snap. That's it. Finished. Now, from here, you're just going to put the wheel back on. I'm not going to show you how to do that. And obviously, before you go anywhere, make sure you pump the brakes. So when you get in there and you drop everything down, just tap the brakes once or twice, a few times, until it gets heavy. Once it gets heavy, you know you're good to go. If it doesn't get heavy, you've done something wrong. And there you have it. Front brakes on, what is this? 2014 Hyundai Elantra.
And this week, we're fucking Nick.
Oh, this is good! was interesting. I think. Oh!
Sorry.